Hi all, this is Sia Naz and welcome to episode 24 of the Diary of a Hip Hop Artist podcast. So this week the podcast is a day late because Mum's had a few doctor's appointments, a few tests and things, and it's been worrying me, it's been on my mind, so couldn't do yesterday, saw the doctor today, so here we are, just a day late but still here. So let's start with the week. So Monday 8th of April. Now on Monday I had a really nasty root canal and my head was absolutely pounding, but I still managed to do some stuff. I uploaded the podcast and I did the YouTube video. I also finally finished the Confidence on Camera course, which was really cool, and I also finished my Emotional Intelligence course, which is really cool, and I highly recommend people doing that. I actually got that course from Groupon and it was like $5 or something like that, but it had some really cool stuff in there. It really made me think, so I thought that was really cool. It's just teaching you a different way to see things. It was really interesting. I really recommend that course. And I also bought a program called Halftime, which I've noticed a lot of beat makers are using. So it wasn't too expensive. It was like $20 Australian, and it's really cool. You can slow down beats and you can put these effects on there, and one of the really cool effects, you can slow down like drum beats, like a kick drum or snare, and it makes it fatter. You can get this really beautiful full fat sound, so I was really excited about that. That was something I wasn't expecting, but that's going to be really cool to play with because I really like a full sound. And I also got two other plugins from Sonyvox, and one of them is Orchestral Companion and it's brass instruments, and the other one is Orchestral Companion and it's strings. And I really love orchestra sounds. If you listen back to a few of the beats I've made, there's bits of orchestra in there. I really love strings, but I really love brass too. The sound is amazing. It's very real, and I really like that. And they were reduced from like $100 down to, I think I got them for like $10 or $15 each, and they were about $100 US each, so I saved quite a lot of money. And I don't know if I should have bought them, but anyway, it was just came up in my Facebook feed, and I thought I don't want to miss out because I got these from Plugin Boutique and I missed out getting some plugins that I really wanted, and they were half price, and they're not normally half price, and I thought I've got to subscribe to this and get their ads, and not ads, but just be updated on what they've got. So I've been getting some really cool stuff, as you'll see. So I'm just trying to get the plugins that I want. I'm just waiting for them to go half price, and then I'll unsubscribe from Plugin Boutique because I just buy and not making anything, just buying stuff. But it's exciting. So anyway, so that was on Monday, and then on Tuesday what I was doing was figuring out how to make a slideshow video for my nephew, and hopefully I can use it in my music as well. But I also want to make it for my family so that you can put in photos, and it's like a photo book and it flicks through photos. The hard thing is finding something that's appropriate because everything's for like fashion and things like that, and just trying to find like a family movie thing. And it took me a while to find this. And now I have to figure out how to use it. So it's a lot of learning going on at the moment. Not much making, but just lots of learning. I also watched a really cool documentary called the Barkley Marathons. And it's a race that's been going for about 25-30 years, and only like 10 people have ever finished this race. And it's really difficult to enter, and you have to be really smart, and there's clues and you have to find the clues, and then to enter the race it costs $1.60, and you have to give your license plate, and the guy that runs it, you have to give him what he wants. So I think one year he needed white shirts, so you have to pay $1.60, your number plate, and give him a white shirt. And because not a lot of people enter like maximum entries like 30 people because it's so difficult to figure out the clues and find where it is. And so, yeah, it's really unusual. And I watched that and I found that really, really interesting, the people that enter and why he's done it. And it's just interesting to watch things that you normally wouldn't watch and just how people think. And I really enjoyed that. So the Barkley Marathons, and I highly recommend you find that. And I found it in iTunes Movies. So yeah, it was 99 cents, but it was really cool. It was worth the money. And I bought 2 plugins from Sound Toys. One is called Decapitator and the other one is called Echo Boy. I'd never heard of Sound Toys before. Once again, it's from this stupid plug-in boutique. They had sales and I'm like, what's Sound Toys? And then I thought I'll just Google it and found that a lot of top producers use these plugins and it does incredible things to the music that you make. So, and they were half price. They were even less than half price. They're normally like $150 and they were $49 each. And I thought I've just got to get the 2 that were the most interesting and the most popular. So when I start using those, I might make videos so people can have a look. And then on Thursday, what I did was I bought a 3rd plugin from Sound Toys, and this one's called Little Altar Boy. And the amazing thing about this particular plugin is that you can change the voice. So if it's a female voice, you can change it so it sounds like a male voice, and you can do that vice versa. And you can add effects on a voice and it sounds beautiful, nice and smooth and round, and just change the dynamics of the voice. And this is really good because I think it was early this year, or was it last year, a rapper contacted me through SoundCloud and said, I'd love to work with you. And he sent me this beat and it's supposed to be a duet. And I did my part and then I sent it back and months had gone by and he's like, why haven't I heard from you? And I'm like, I'm waiting for you to do your bit. Like, this is a duet. And he's like, oh no, you sound really good on this. And I'm like, that's really weird because it's actually a duet and the lyrics in the song is about 2 people running away. And I'm like, well, how am I going to do that if he doesn't want to go on the song? So I'm guessing that he didn't like what I did. And he's like, oh no, you have it. But now that I've got this Little Altar Boy plugin, what I can do is do the guy's version and then just change my voice so I sound like a guy, and then it's a duet and it's me doing both voices. So that is going to be so exciting once I get onto that. But I've got a few things before that, but that's going to be really exciting if I can figure that out. So stay tuned for that one. That was a really cool beat. He really made a cool beat and the lyrics I put to it were really cool too. So I'm really going to enjoy putting that one out and promoting it. It should be awesome. The other thing, with a lot of these plugins, you have to have an iLock account. And it's this account where when you get a lot of these plugins, the really good high quality ones require you to have a serial number, and then you have to put in the serial number, but then you organize it through iLock and they deal with everything. So it's in this one particular area and you put all your new plugins in there and you put your serial number in through there and you do everything through there. And mine wasn't working, so it was driving me crazy. Took me a few days to figure out that there was an error in my one, and so then this is why I still haven't been able to play with these Sound Toy plugins, because they were the ones that sort of got lost in the era of iLock. So then on Friday, what I did was I downloaded everything. I downloaded all the plugins and I heard back from the company that deals with their iLock account and figured everything out. It turns out it wasn't iLock at all. It was Sound Toys, which is where I got some of the plugins from, and it wasn't working well on their end, so they fixed it all up. And they were really awesome. It's really fast because it says, we're a small company, so please be patient. And I thought, this might take a week or more, but no, they got back to me pretty quick, and they even acknowledged I did a tweet and they're like, thanks for the shout out. And yeah, they were really good. So that worked out. So on Friday I downloaded everything. With the orchestral stuff, that took me a while to figure out as well, because it said that samples were missing, but everything was there. And then some of these plugins are really tricky to start. There's so many files and things, and files going to different locations, so sometimes it can be really tricky to get things to work. So that's what I was doing on Fridays, trying to figure out how to get some of these to work. And then Saturday I had the worst headache on earth because of this root canal. I had the root canal work done Monday, 8th of April, and today is Monday, the 15th of April, and I still have pain in that tooth. And I really hope that it's going to get better, because it still hurts and I don't want to lose this tooth. So on Saturday, I had the world's worst headache, but I kept working. What I did was I looked at the vocals for one of my songs called I Wanna, and I used Melodyne, which is like auto-tune, where you're fixing the notes so they're in the right place, because for some reason the notes are really off, and I did the very best that I could, but still not sounding the best. So it requires a lot of auto-tune, a lot of melodyning. But it was really good because it gave me a chance to figure out how to use Melodyne. And what I did was, with the vocals, I did the auto-tune with Melodyne, and there's another program I use called Real Time and Waves Real Time. Oh no, it's not Waves, I think it's just Real Time, and that's another auto-tuning program. And then I use this other program called Nectar 3 from Isotope, and that one does a little bit of auto-tuning, and it also filters the vocals so they sound nice. So I had to use 3 different vocal correcting programs, and still the vocals sound a bit off, so I've just got to work more on rapping than singing. So it sounds a bit funny, but sometimes when you hear the music, you want to sing instead of rap. So I've been Googling that, and I've noticed there are other new rappers like me who are having the same problem. So it's just something that you just have to figure out. And so on Saturday I downloaded the rest of the Sound Toys programs, and Sunday I had a break. I did nothing because I was exhausted and couldn't think, because today Mum had her appointment, and just Sunday I just couldn't think, I couldn't do anything. So that is the week. At the moment it's just all learning and just buying a lot of plugins to make my vocals sound better. I'm really looking forward to making more beats so that I can write more lyrics and put more songs out. But at the moment, the priority is figuring out how to mix my vocals and make them sound better, make the music sound better, and then I can go back to doing what I really love. The main thing I really want to do is just write lyrics to beats. That's the priority. But yeah, we've come this way, so I'm just going to keep following the road. At least this way I've got more control over my songs and my vision. And I'm also looking at trying to make better lyric videos and just put out better videos as well. So it's all part of being a hip-hop artist. I guess a lot of other artists get other people to do stuff, but for me, I have a vision, and I want my vision to come out exactly as I want it. So that's why I'm learning how to mix my own songs and make my own clips and do my own stuff, so that my vision comes to life. It's exactly as I want it, and not like some of the earlier songs I've put out. You have to compromise, and because people don't understand what you want, and then you're putting out songs which don't sound as good as you want them to. So all a learning process. I'm working on that. I'm really excited about what I'm doing, even though it's a bit tiring, and I'm a bit frustrated, and I just feel like I've gone down the wrong path, and I really just want to get back to what I really want to do. But I think once I can figure out how to do this stuff, like mix my own songs and figure out how to filter and just make everything sound nice, then I can go back to what I really want to do. So it's I feel like I've gone down the wrong path, but it's also exciting when you can start a song and finish it yourself and then release it without having to wait or pay money that you don't have to other people, because I've used other producers before, and a lot of them, the good ones, are really expensive, and then you can't do anything but one song. So I don't know. I think for the moment, if I can just keep sort of churning out my songs and putting out clips and stuff, and then work with people along the way, and then just see. I don't know. We'll just see. I'm just taking it a day at a time, a step at a time, and we'll see how we go. As long as I'm sort of still with the music and working on my music and all that, all will be well. So. Okay, so that's it for this week. Please share with your friends or someone you think would like to hear this podcast, and I will catch you on the next show. Thanks for listening, and I will speak to you soon, friends. Bye.
ingenious beats. ingenious beats.